Hello, everyone. We give God the glory for your lives, and this is a random one. We are on our way to our Jesus Rally Crusade. It's going to be a straightforward one. We're traveling out of Accra, so I will use the opportunity for us to speak for just a little while, and then right after that, we can go straight into our Jesus Rally, which will also be aired live, and I know by the grace of God it will be a blessing. There have been some very sudden events that have crept our country for the past 2 weeks now, and it's got to do with suicides. Yesterday, a trained teacher committed suicide in a very cataclysmic manner. And when I look at the situation, it calls for concerns in all facets, spiritually, physically, and also governmentally. We will have to be able to reason or rise and put a lot of things together so that everybody will be able to understand. Life is precious and priceless. I do not want to call the one that happened with a little schoolgirl for 14, almost 15 years old. I do not want to call that suicide. The reason is because I've seen some of this before. Pastor Dan here at Amasaman was in his house one morning when assailants went into his house and killed him, murdered him in cold blood, and then made it look like the schoolgirls. They put the just like they found the girl's feet on the ground, same thing. Pastor Dan's feet was on the ground. The nice is from the day homa was in support, just like the girl. And yes, son, the corner didn't say in the aso. Share the page, let's work. Now, they go and they call that suicide. Suicide banner, people ending woman. Suicide banner, what they take them entry. Suicide banner, and one you somewhere home. Suicide banner, no? So I will not call that suicide until the police finish their investigation. That is somebody's daughter we're talking about. But there is something I realize in Ghana. If it is not about somebody that is popular and somebody that is rich and somebody that is influential, then it goes nowhere. It's sad. Do you know what it means to take care of a daughter for, and take somebody to a private school? Do you know what it means for that to happen? Sad. And I'm going to address suicide, but I look at this young lady in a boarding school, and this happens. It is a painful thing. I'm using the opportunity to commiserate with the family of this young lady and use the opportunity to say to them, there is judgment. That, be rest assured, whatever happened, only God knows, and God that knows, the same God will judge. Onyame, obebu ateng. I'm telling you. And so I'm going to use the opportunity to tell the young lady's father and mother, Kankumato yem, when I'm here to talk, shit. I realize the impatience of this country. People are so much impatient and they want a lot of things to happen just overnight. This is why hope is depleting. But you have forgotten that Christ in you, the hope of glory. People have forgotten this. I see a from a TV, so you can't go see someone, all that kind of thing. You confront and find a good scene. I'm your one. Struggling more than any other person. I'm looking at, when I drive around this country, I get so heartbroken and sad. When you talk about it, people rather complain as if you are being unbearable and all stuff like that. You are being bigoted. He's just a bigoted preacher. Talk too much. He makes all things so a bit complicated. But we voted for leadership and for, don't you understand the concept of leadership? Everything rises and falls on leadership. I'm telling you. When you see a problem, it is a matter of 4 things. Number 1, it's either a leadership problem. Number 2, a vision problem. Number 3, a resources problem. Or number 4, a lack of training problem. And so Ghana is no exception. What we are dealing with, number 1, it's leadership. Number 1, leadership. I drive on the streets and I look at the chaos. We are traveling and I'm now looking at, the kind of, I'm telling these young men with me and I'm saying to them, you are going to buy 5 cars. That person is going to buy 5 cars. Another person is going to buy 3 cars. Where are we going to be driving with all those cars if we have no plan of expansion? What is our plan? Put the plan on the table and let's start working. Put a plan on the table. Where are those days when somebody will go to bed and think creativity, innovation, that we are going to, make things happen? When there is a problem, we don't apportion blames. We don't accustom blames. We fix it. We fix it. I want to say it again. We fix it. It's not this person caused it. That person caused that. That is irrelevant. That is useless. We don't apportion blame. If you had done this, and if he had done that, and if should, could have, and would have, and all that. That is in the bosom of people who do not want anything to happen. We should be able to come to the drawing table and to be able to think and plan that in the next 20 years, this is what we will want to see happen. And to be able to go ahead and plan well, innovative thinking, creative thinking, and that kind of thinking. Ghana for me bridging, I say, we show me more, like I keep saying, Jimmy is one of our biggest obstacles. It is when we talk about a revolution, we need a total overhaul for it to happen. Peri yanukure, dear was a trinida, you fan to a nyajumenti. And that's why we see all kinds of things happening. So I said, yes, you come see you about yes, you are committing one suicide and all that until the police confirm it, say, me. Would it be Pastor Dan Bessin until now? I'm a person, police couldn't produce a report, and I will not stop talking about it until justice. I'm not talking about Momo Justice, Momo Justice, I'm talking about the vengeance of God until it prevails. And when you're me, now you're a talk. Or him, shit. There are so many people in this country that have been denied justice. Like Honorable J.B. Dankwedu. I'm telling you. Like I'm a swallow. People. Hear me. Fenda Kochre. The money didn't grant him. He has become history. I pray that all these cases one day will find justice. Will come to a place where people will come to an understanding that at least there is justice. Go to offices and go and see. And we are now ibimode obeniachira ban te office where kiloto. Ichi the bibia she bibimode amau and sign a paper ya sign. So something that has to be signed, chief director or leave. For BB to obey free leave about in just 1 hour. We are sick, me say. And I tell you, yes. This is why these young people are impatient. Or Barbara 1, 2 now when some faswa. Instantly, they want to, look at this trained teacher. Have been in destitution and desperation for a long time. This is why there is a need for Asore Papa. It encourages, it strengthens, it empowers. The word of God and Christ in you, it brings you a lot of hope, and it brings you a lot of stamina and stability. No matter what it is, you will stand and you will be, vindicated. When you are in Accra, you feel like we're doing something. Go out of Accra and look at some very, very disheartening things. You see, we don't have money. Because the waste is unbelievably too much. The waste is unbelievably too much. And so right now you see the essence of, curbing all the waste and guarding everything that is going down the drain. It's now time to guard that. It is capable, he said, this game, A 2 hour to say, Niska. And your kuro keke. Yamuchede yang. Na sabre. And I was cutting your coat according to our material, not our size. Because your size may be bigger than your material. So you cut your coat according to it. Because this generation is an impatient generation. Obia pentum. 14 years can go to the shrine and say me pisca. Can you just imagine that? This is where parents must wake up. The whole system, like Isaiah chapter 1 verse 5 will say, the whole head is sick. And the whole heart is totally frail and vulnerable. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not waste, your time this afternoon. I want to use the opportunity to right now and tell this generation, God has a plan for everybody. And no matter what it is, that plan will prevail. So let's stop being this unreasonably impatient with ourselves. Contentment, godliness with contentment is great gain. Contentment. Young people are so incontent, and that is why people sorry for to know they are going to be so. Or person drive a car 1 year, 1 juma, or person a year, a brand new won't pay price, and that is what we are in. And so we have, an impatient problem. Yeah, when the citizenry do not have the heart of contentment, the Bible said it is certain we came into this world with nothing, and we shall also exit with nothing. So if we have food and raiment and all that, let us be content with that. Yeah, yeah, and it's for him. And Yamini Patrum Guguru, and Yarani say him. Oh, my Amadim Fished, you see on your wall. And I'm not talking about this government or the past government, all successive governments. All successive governments. Anytime there is a problem, 4 things. Number 1, it's a leadership problem. Number 2, it's a vision problem. Number 3, it is a resources problem. And number 4, it is a lack of training problem. What I will want to tell the youth and all these kind of things is because you lack training, the necessary prerequisite skills for us to be able to wake up to do something reasonably. If you call people to come, there is a skill training vacancy right here, come in and learn something. They will not, because Opeska will be doing this here. You'll be near Dennis here. I'm driving past, a particular vicinity, and in this particular vicinity, may catch this lands was not lands for affordable housing. These were farm reserves. Reserved for, animal research reserve. And then a housing project, baby. Misplaced priorities. Ghana. Misplaced, misappropriated priorities. Because I say, I'm not done woman at time for. And I'm the speech here, I'm a children come me with so on Van Gogh. Yami would think of free to. Huh? So, you invite to me, I'm a speech I got to name. Man, can't you want to come one fan today? 1 trillion, 1 tier, now on Cassan today. Esan say yen content regana mrante titi abroche sori kekangwa siasam the dimpani fuatem and only idea without any discretion and decorum. Dimpani fuatem. And I want to use the opportunity to say to these crazy boys, let me say this to you. Adie bi oha enyenshira. There are certain things that are not a blessing and will never be a blessing. And anybody that goes through it will never be blessed. And that is why you die like dogs. Tinamus and punching and cramming. Yeah. Because obedience was sorry. Now was Kikamu, Ediatam Nomni Adia, no popular. Adia you are, I wouldn't check. Sorry, didn't penny for them because you are incontent with who you are and everything that you know you have become. God, I'm telling you, I'm so saddened for the past 1 week. Look at what happened at Kasua yesterday. A woman and her daughter crossing the road. The truck came and just rode on them. Shifa almost. That's a saw frugu plywood, 1/8 plywood so. And you do see. My heart is broken for this nation. Jeremiah chapter number 9 verse number 1. Me wo baby anka me tu ejamo. Me tu ejamo na me suama mo. Me tu ejamo na me suama mo. When I look at the way the Crown Prince of Dubai, how he works, it shocks me. The man does not leave things for evaluation and monitoring people to do that job. If he gives you a contract, he inspects the contract himself. Upon delivery, he will go in the night with bright lights and inspect the work you are doing. And he doesn't even wait for the job to be finished. In the night, that's when he works. He goes around inspecting jobs. Jobs. It is so sad. Baby, I'm Nami, and you're my phone, you're my fee. Baby, any see the table, see the other basic. Who can swing you 3 hours here? That's how you enter about Mamma. And so, Hunu. And so, Hunu. And you're going to baby woman, one more na papa no, and I'm blaming woman. Because they have a faulty message. And when you have a faulty message, that is what happens. A baby, they are fine to be fine. And you know, they begin to speak absurdity. The moment they're talking absurdity. Tell people I am coming to fix the country. It will cost you. You bet pamu bin free baby. You bet tia bin munaso. You bet yaniema. You bet tinene beba. Fi se tinene e peja wo mai. Wa wunti mi no pe baby fa. O pato o pe jai. Ya yene sani e jana ho. Na madwuma ne nto. Ne ready bisi. Na fema bana mo toto niema ne hwe niema nim ko. Ready galam say ayemo. And I never knew Debian woman came na mini. Your papa ni bi ni me so nka ho. Your boy di me so nka ho. On timinya. They mentioned, I said no. On timinya. Oh, you're too integral to be this nasty. Sana among for the church. The disheartening thing. I like one regional minister was speaking last week at the small scale mining forum, and he was saying that, you know, any government appointee that is found doing certain things is going to be stripped of that particular public office and all that. And I was like, government appointee can be in this? I mean, share approach in what? One excavator costs $100,000. It would be no Moses excavator seen now family near meton. The best cannon congo him crasifo. The chaja tum niasheno. Chaja tum niasheno. Or beyond the mean casa, the approach is faulty. The approach of the Galamsey fight is a faulty approach. It's a weak approach. The approach is a worthless approach. I'm telling you. What is the point? In burning an excavator, a bulldozer, Every accommodating crop for a woman, my plan not a more. I'm telling you, even though the whole man is degrading, is maligning, is marginalizing, it is destroying all kinds of things and all that kind of thing. The approach is weak. And I think that you need leadership for this particular thing to happen. Kwaya, you bunk for people, so we can was open an excavator free, or the Musimunyai, what time the excavator, the Abesifi, your banners if you could near treasure to me. As if you know, near treasure to me. Near treasure to me. And there are people still writing on their bellies here in the eastern region. I don't want to talk about other regions. I'm talking about only the one I know. To me, I'm hope. Better than Kofi committing suicide because they don't even see hope. They can't see hope. They can't see hope. Now, I'm some more committing suicide. So, I'm going to have it. We didn't need any baby. Huh? I can't commit suicide. Go and see a worse aquaquia. I tell you, I'm fast. What about it? Who committed suicide? I committed suicide. Umwana abre wunim bre ni pebre besingo we omo so dan ma che so ane ma gosi anajo besingo we omo agina wie mu ton ne ma abra besingo we ni pegu asupite dro kwesika wo munya itimi ya ma won ya come on stand on national television and talking about asumesi he know he's suffering from liver problem na find the cause he needs whatever to do that. What is the hospital doing? You train this on national TV? Every hospital where we have the professionals. O man ti munya bibi nche. Munya bibi mi enkan fomo. O man we yentua tutu sududu. Enti unkaria ehia fo nyisi a enke enyamso mpa. Na adani nhida de amo man no. Mo brofo so kura yentimi hwe. Proverbs 22:22. E mo broni kro no fi so ye mo broni. Sa nipa no nyame be ko ama no. Ghana satira wadwen yo. Satira wadwen nyasa onyame awura toni na bufuo ehia wa wo mpe asempa nam no okay. Satira wadwen. Seriously talking to you. Yes, Honorable Minister, you call now the drone footage. Look at the degradation of the forest. Quiet, don't turn and Kayam come say, oh, you never hope. So, any panwangas, a woman pipe dada. It again, so we are no Mosanum. I feel swing Yakomuno Nine Poto. A dear Ben, a woman benum. Very soon, we will say Swashoto. Now, Fadia said, I'm going to 2 pit in the matches, and chinning near men now, ye dear and ye and winner, Yakrano, Sanya Baba Krensu. Sanya Baba Krensu. And so, if it is not a leadership problem, it is a vision problem. They say, and Nkrumah will continue to be a hero as long as we cannot do anything beyond his work. You know, sometimes when I sit and I see politicians comparing themselves to Nkrumah, it is very interesting to me. Nkrumah in the class, you know, they were some kind. Haile Selassie, Julius Nyerere, Nelson Mandela, Jomo Kenyatta, Osajefo. They were different. Even the West were afraid of them. Even the West was totally afraid of them. I feel Papa. Montias, sometimes I realize that we are even refusing to acknowledge the problem. If we are refusing that we don't have a problem, how then do we discover a solution? What Sharia and I will pay Drew? What you me will be able to help? Ghana, you are sick and you need fixing. Ghana, you need fixing. You have to be fixed. And I'm not talking about politicizing this kind of thing. If we want to build a nation, we need to fix it from all angles. I'm seriously talking to you. There's a traffic in Umniadia. Engongo Zidabe. I mean, Egongo Zidabe. It will be so assume yes. Tia can you me again, Jeramo? Tia way and Kenyani. O my way, we are Kazachefo. It's not just metal. It is just a minister of state. Sorry, ababa be clean up. Ni a bubu containers ni ade ansa na mani aba mo so. Samu yari say. Samu yari say. Sani abe minister of state sorry no ababa be UFIA emfa we nsia ansa na mani aba mo so. It's so sad. We cannot help our people. So be clear ye adwuma na senye san wo ye no me nua ye nya ne se ye ngu adwuma no ye nya ne se buano na wontimi buano. That is how it works. So if it is not a leadership problem, it is a vision problem. If it is not a vision problem, it is a resources problem. Now let me say this to this nation. I know that sometimes we meet our revenue collection targets. But the truth of the matter is that Ghana is too blessed to be poor. Ghana is too blessed to be on their knees. Ghana is too blessed to be, in this particular deplorable and marginalizing state. I'm serious. Ghana is too blessed to be in a state like that. And so you can give a wise man or a wise woman something meager, something little, something microcosm, something minuscule, and that wise woman or wise man is going to multiply, just like the parable of the talent. They can multiply that which has been given to them and then make it extremely wonderful. Look at bad leadership in Africa. If you go to DR Congo, the whole continent, it is the most wealthiest nation. They have every resources. Look at how Belgium is siphoning that nation. Fight among ourselves whilst we loot the nation's wealth. Bad leadership has caused all these mutinies on the continent. It is a sad thing. But we have been privileged by God and blessed by God. Let us rise and shine and use that which God has given us and make some very great exploits with it. We're going to come back again with Jesus Rally. We are almost at our location. It's rained heavily at our location of the crusade. And I will let you know. But I want to finish up by saying, if there is a problem in any situation, you will see a lack of training. When the Chinese started infiltrating Africa, they realized that we lack skills. And the moment they realized we lack skills, they started infiltrating in those areas where we lack skills. Lack of training. Our people are not trained. We have a lot of people that are unemployed, but they lack the necessary or the prerequisite training that is needed on the job. Guys, I want to use the opportunity to commiserate with the family of these girls that have committed suicide. Killing yourself is not the solution. And you can't blame anybody, because I don't play the blame game. It is good to pin people to their task and let them wake up to their task and get things going. But I am telling everybody that is watching me right now, your life is in your own hands. Your destiny is in your own hands. It's not in somebody's hands. So keep up alive. And know that Jesus is Lord. And God is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all things that you can think, ask, or imagine. And don't be in a hurry, because contentment is golden. Contentment is golden. Prinia also. And yes, driving a car doesn't mean you are rich, and walking doesn't mean you are poor. We have mixed it up. Our mentality concerning success is totally mixed up. And that is why we are not seeing the glory of God. I'm calling a nation to repentance. Repent, because righteousness exalts a nation and sin is a reproach to any people. I ask the police, please do a holistic work on that little girl's death and let the truth prevail, because if it fails, God's vengeance will take place. When righteousness becomes a lifestyle, breakthrough, it becomes automatic. And the Lord bless you. Good afternoon. We are back in the next few minutes. We are almost at the place of our crusade, and so we will be broadcasting right on the same page crusade. Everybody who joined me from around the nation, South Africa, Jamaica, in parts of Africa, Nigeria, thank you very much. We appreciate and applaud all of you. You are loved.